Basically, we have seen that this particular top-down parser have this particular technique. I mean, from top to bottom, and for bottom-up parser it is from bottom to top. The direction is just opposite. That is the only difference. Basically, the purpose of the parsers basically same because both are doing the syntax analysis job. So let's start with now what you can say what basically we call LL1 parser. The first bottom up parser we will study over here, that is LL1 parser. Now what this LL1 mean? You see, this two different L has two different meaning. You know, for example, this L, the first L, you can say the meaning of this first L is we scan the input from left to right. Okay, and this particular L mean, the second L mean we use leftmost derivation. That means we'll go towards we'll try to go towards left first. Now this particular one has a separate meaning also. This is actually what we call number of look ahead. Now naturally question will come that what is look ahead? Look ahead mean, this look ahead mean, or you can say basically the number of look ahead as a whole mean the number of symbols checked at a particular time. Number of symbols checked. That means if I say that in this particular string, it's not like both B and B will be checked at a time. One by one, this one will be checked. So if it is, if I want to check, if I want to, I mean, do the parsing of this particular string with respect to, I mean, or sorry, with the help of LL1 parser, that LL1 parser will check the characters one by one character at a time, because the look ahead is actually one. But it is not always true. I mean, always true means it's for LL1 parser only. For other parsers, maybe the look ahead changes. So we will see that when we will go through the other different parsing techniques. There you will see this number of look ahead may vary. Okay. Now before we dive into how this LL1 parsing algorithm works, we have to understand, we have to go through a very basic idea of the components of LL1 parser, right? So always remember that LL1 parser use a stack to store the somehow the parsing algorithm has to remember that some, I mean, which has been checked or not, which has been observed or something like that. So that's why it uses some memory, and it uses actually stack in form of memory. So you can assume in this way that we have a stack here. Okay, there is a stack, and there is a inbuilt symbol present in the stack before the parsing even starts. That is what we call dollar. Okay, Now, why this dollar is present? I will, you will see, you will understand it very soon. So assume that a situation, something like we have a situation like there is a input string, right? For example, what you have written here, A, B, B, C, D, C, right? So you can write A, B, B, C, D, C, and after this particular string, what compiler does, compiler automatically put a symbol, that is what we can dollar. And now what exactly dollar is? Dollar is the last character in the string, or you can say also in the stack, because the same character is present, to understand end of string. So you can imagine this situation in the same as we studied in concept of string in C. We know that string is a character array end with a null character, a special character that basically showcase that string ends. Similarly, dollar over here. So this is our input string. Now the another component that we have here is basically the LL1 parser, which basically use some parsing algorithm, because as I told you that definitely that has to have some deterministic approach, means there must have some algorithm. Now how this LL parsing algorithm works? This parsing algorithm take help of two things. One is this particular stack, and another it uses a data structure, and that data structure is called LL1 parsing table. Okay. Now this data structure, remember this data structure, sorry, is constructed from the grammar of the language. So now before we understand how this parsing algorithm works, the first thing that we have to understand that how we can generate this LL1 parsing table. But before we understand how LL1 parsing table works, I mean how LL1 parsing table is generated, we have to understand two different functions. Okay, this LL1 parsing table actually relies on two functions. One we call first, and another we call follow. If there is any mistake, a single mistake to derive the output of these two functions, then your LL1 parsing table will be wrong. If your LL1 parsing table is wrong, then your parser will obviously work wrongly. It doesn't matter the parsing algorithm is correct, because parsing algorithm is blind. It relies on these two things. If this table doesn't create it properly, definitely correct string even will not be parsed. That's why understanding this first and follow is very vital. So now we have to understand that how we can generate, I mean, first of all, what is first and follow, and how we can basically find the output of this first and follow, which can generate the parsing table.